Today marks the 17th of July and the new weapon could possibly release. It's not guaranteed, but we hope so. We're gonna take a look at the perks and try to find the best perk combination possible. 10 seconds left. I hope this weapon's gonna release. And if so, we're definitely gonna do a loadout and hope for good perks. It released. Great. Let's buy it. Alright. 4 stats, 17,000 damage. I mean, it's a launcher. Obviously, it's gonna have high damage. Critical hit chance is pretty low. It also doesn't have like any reload. It basically is just like any of the mythic weapons, meaning it has a cooldown. Alright, it's using energy ammunition. Let's just take a look at the schematic. Okay, we have it right here, and as you can see, it has the element energy. Not too bad, but let's upgrade it to see all perks. As you can see right here, it's launcher, so obviously there's no sunbeam variation. Okay, we maxed it out, and now let's take a look at the perks. Alright. It can only have energy or physical element. I mean, obviously energy is pretty great, it's an all-rounder, but it doesn't have any like adversity. Also, it doesn't have any other 6 perks. It only has this one. Target up to 8 enemies while aiming down sights to mark them with a glyph. Releasing aim down sights fires a salvo of projectiles that target each enemy marked with glyph. I mean, sounds interesting. I don't have anything in mind what this could mean. Alright, the next perk, damage to miss monsters and bosses. Personally, I think this is probably the best perk. I mean, we're definitely gonna use the launcher on miss monsters and bosses. For the next one, crit damage. So good. You could also equip crit rating, in theory. So I'm hoping that there's another slot with crit rating. Oh, okay. Okay, this one is interesting. Basic husks are probably pretty much one-shot either way, but for the husky husks, I don't know. I'm gonna keep it at damage. It will last... Oh, right. Okay, alright. We're gonna get a crit rating, which is great. And with that, I think that's the perks I would use. And as I said before, we're gonna do a loadout. In the lead, we could definitely put faster explosions. I think that's pretty much always the best thing we can do here. Flat 50% bonus. For the perks, we're definitely gonna use Total Rock and Out. For the support heroes who are activating Total Rock and Out, we're definitely gonna use Battle Beat. And also use Fumble is definitely an option. Or Subwaivers. I'm just gonna use Fumble. We could definitely also add something like Star Up, because as I've said before, this weapon doesn't reload, so we definitely are able to stack some percentage here. The same applies for Mad Tidings, so Crack Shot, just like another perk. We could also think about... I thought about like putting him in the lead. And last but not least, we could use Saurian Might. Saurian Might definitely sounds great here. I mean, I'm gonna put it in for now. Unearthed Retreat would be another option, but as we're gonna use Total Rock and Out, it doesn't make much sense. For Blast Pass, definitely would be useful. Alright, we could also potentially do something like use her for as long as we have our shields up. But I'm gonna go the safe route, basically. I just don't want to keep up my shield because that's very hard. So I think that's our loadout. So let's go in the game now and test this weapon. I literally don't know what this weapon is doing, so we're not gonna start with a 160, but at the end we probably go in a like fight a category 4 storm. But before I would test it out in destroyed encampments, I'm gonna do a private mission, so we'll basically see the pure weapon damage this weapon can deal with the current loadout we are having, and yeah, see if this weapon is basically great or just another release that, well, kind of made it into the game. So as you can see here, what we're gonna need is blast powder and some mechanical parts, as well as power cell and bright core. Pretty cheap in my opinion. We see the aim down sights for the first time. Alright. What does happen if I release? Or do I need to shoot? Alright. I'm only right-clicking, and as soon as I release the right-click, it automatically shoots. I'm pretty sure that each shot individually is stacking up crackshot, meaning that it was the right choice to put crackshot in the lead. How many shots did we do before it overloads? So if we only shoot one time. Oh, okay. So if we probably take aim at all of those. Exactly. So it only overheats by half, meaning it's not important how many. It's always important to take a look that this weapon isn't at half the bar. As long as this is the case, you can basically shoot. Most importantly, this weapon only costs 10 energy cells, but per shot? No. Okay. One shot basically costs 1 energy cell. I literally don't need to aim, so if I basically mark him right now, I'm just gonna go here, and yeah, he died. So what does left click do? That's what I'm interested in. Alright, wait. This is a completely different shot. It's like a huge kind of cannonball that explodes. We're just gonna hit everyone at one point. Exactly. And shoot. Okay. As you can see right here, it has like these kind of tentacles, and these shoot around, kind of attack enemies nearby. I don't know how to explain it, but for example, if I shoot right here, yeah, yeah, one of his tentacles basically went to the one of us. The right click is definitely for crowd clearing, and the left click is probably for mini bosses, mist monsters, and even normal husks. It's basically a splash damage weapon. Right here with a smasher. Let's take a look how long. Okay, let's first take a right click and then do the left click and see what makes what damage. Okay. A right click. Okay, the right click definitely dealt more damage, but I don't know if this was just a crit and purely luck. Let's do it once again. Okay, 400. Okay, yeah. Definitely. This means that the left click definitely does more damage and is suited better for mist monsters. But the... Okay, we can... as you can see, we can basically deal damage through shields. Kind of like the Xenon Bow. For smashers, we want the left click. By the way, the left click costs 10 energy cells. And to be fair, for a smasher, a 140 smasher to be fair, and for this weapon dealing splash damage, meaning that all husks around smasher would probably die, it's not bad. 10 energy cells is also pretty cheap. Oh, okay, that's bad. If we take aim at someone, then the cooldown won't reduce, so we need to wait for the cooldown to reduce before we take aim down sights. So now I'm waiting, exactly. So I'm done once again waiting. You probably won't miss. Okay, it also won't go through the shield, so if you want to go through the shield, you can still do a left click, right? Also, I haven't told us, but if you're like aim down sights and don't want to shoot, you can just switch your weapon mode to your pickaxe. So what I also didn't think about is if we aim at more than one enemy, does the damage kind of split or reduce and like is shared between all of these 8 enemies? So for example, oh wait, okay, we have a blaster. Just gonna take a look here. It's 260. Again, okay, it doesn't like split between the enemies. So let's take a look at the blaster. And as you've seen, it only took 3 energy cells to kill the blaster. Okay, wait, can we shoot through the shielders? Yes, we can. Alright, that's great. So even shielders are no problem at all. And don't forget, at the beginning, I think we dealt only like 160,000 damage. But currently... definitely stacking. Definitely dealing a great amount of damage. And we're getting pretty fast on our totally rocking out. So with Battle Beat, we basically have guaranteed totally rocking out. Oh, just gonna eliminate all of those. Okay, nice. Okay, now. Also, there's kind of a limit on how far you can go before the aim down sights won't work anymore. Maybe we can test it out. So, okay, wait, I still take aim at those. Let me. Oh, left shoot. Okay, once again. This looks great. Fumble isn't really needed. Like, you're just gonna need Battle Beat to activate it, but Dara up range and fast explosions definitely help, and Saurian Might is also the way to go, as we always have to wait about 1 second to let the weapon cool down, so the cooldown is not bad at all here. We always get a free extra %, but the bad thing, it probably only will work for the left click, as you with the right click you just kind of take for the first shot you will definitely do more damage for the next 7 shots. This won't work out, so this is Story Might is definitely only for left click. We have Legendary Survivor right here, so we're totally gonna do the fight against some category from this in this one. Okay. As I thought, the weapon doesn't have like great durability or so, but this weapon is comparably cheap to craft, so I don't really mind. Oh, okay. We have a encampment directly. Wait, let's just get an encampment as it's gonna hit us. We're dealing way more damage, and it's definitely not to forget, so yeah, exactly 400,000 damage. And we can heal ourselves with the footballs on the ground, so the footballs is definitely a nice extra. I personally think this is a candidate for like supercharging. So if you have no weapon to supercharge, no idea, and then you can definitely do this one. Can we also... Okay, no we can't. We can target like objects like the beehive. So... Yeah, wait. Oh! You see this? Like how far the aim down sights reaches, and like even if he was behind this wall, I still hit him. It's kind of insane. Okay, the mission starts, and we're ready to go. What happens if we like aim at dead enemies? It's also what I'm wondering. Let's just take aim at like exactly 8 enemies. Okay, now we can take aim more. And now if they die. Okay. Let's take a look. Please die. Okay. We can take aim down sights at new enemies. That's also interesting to know. So even if one dies and you marked him before, you're still able to mark new enemies after they die. Okay. Oh. I honestly don't think that this weapon has like kind of a range limit, so... Or as long as you can see the enemy the house, you will be able to mark him. As you can see, we stacked crack shots, so we are even to one-shot us, which we weren't able to do before. And also, flingers appeared, so flingers are also one-shot. That's insane. Okay, Smasher. The Smasher won't be one-shot, but let's just take a look at how long this will take. Oh, wait. I mean, he's definitely manageable if you think about it. Oh, okay, we're gonna have a few blasters here, and we're two-shotting them. And literally we're killing 3 blasters, like, right? We're dealing with, okay, now about 4 blasters, and we dealt with him easily, right? As you can see from afar, I can just shoot from here. I like hit everyone. Blasters are almost dead. Okay, but if I jump, the markers won't hit. We have a trap runnable zone, that's unlucky, so we can't test this out on a boss. But I'm pretty sure that this is definitely not a weapon you want to use on a boss. You want to use it for, like, us with less HP, meaning, for example, blasters, zappers, takers, nomlas, huskias, husklings, and even flingers. I could just stay in the back and like do this exactly. I don't think that the farther the enemy is away, the less damage we do. It's pretty much exactly the damage we do if the enemy is near. So let's just end on this side. So, blaster killed. And damage dead. Personally, probably after 160 with a team, I'd definitely say this is an S tier weapon. This is a weapon you should and could supercharge. Quick thing I forgot to mention, and that is that launcher basically have often or are often used to destroy buildings, and yeah, I kinda did not do this, so this is me from the postcard, and now I'm just gonna try to destroy some buildings and take a look at how good this weapon is at destroying buildings. Let's test it on this one. I mean, obviously the right click isn't gonna work, right? So there won't be anything happening. I think that was obvious. But let's test it out with a left click. Alright. Looking good. And still, you have to keep in mind this only costs 10 energy cells. So I accidentally overheated. But keep it. I mean, it probably only took about 20 seconds and I don't know, about 180 energy cells. Kind of a cheap option. Definitely not the most effective one, but still, I guess, if you want to have a launcher, which is good at, for example, using in missions, but at the same time can be used to destroy buildings, that's definitely the way to go. I'd definitely give it about like a B tier in destroying buildings. But now let's get back into the conclusion. Conclusion is that this weapon is insane. It is strong. It's perfect for crowd clearing, and it even deals some kind of damage to the miss monsters, right? Like only smashers and mini bosses are gonna be a problem with this loadout, and with all that, but still, like clearing literally everything besides the besides smashers and mini bosses is like just insane. It one-shots basically everything that which is not a husky house, blaster or a zapper. It goes through shields with the right click, also through right shielders, and basically just left click is just a huge explosion which basically hits everything in a one tile radius, which I guess probably. At the same time, while the left shot is kind of slow, the right click is basically hit and scan, and you won't even need to take aim. So one time marked means that's it. With this loadout, you definitely want to have like someone in the front, and you need to stay in the back. The reload speed also is not a problem at all. Like you clearing 8 enemies at once, then you just need to wait 1 second and can clear 8 enemies again. That's kind of insane. And well, that's it for my preview. I hope you liked it, and I hope that this loadout helps you. That the like weapon perks help you. I'm pretty sure, and I definitely say so, the damage perk on this one afterwards, after like playing with it, is probably pretty much better, because you're gonna need it for a husky house, for example. The extra 30% damage. Husky house take a lot of hits, and that's probably the best perks you can have right here. All in all, and 10 out of 10 weapon, probably a weapon that I could see supercharging. And yeah, bye bye.